the space that's being held for at the conference is for anybody that wants to contribute or step up or show up or facilitate. Has really provided this space to do so. People that have something to share that's really worth sharing, that's really beneficial to this experience of life. Those are the kind of people that are sharing what they have to share. Volunteers. As many things that can be done with volunteers. So the more people are a part of it, and more people that come, the more contribution there is, and so it's real sustainable in nature because we have the conference, and after it's done, it's like we've already gone to this new plateau, and now it's like that's our new foundation. And so then we're already, as soon as that conference is done, we're already starting to build upon that plateau. And by the next annual conference comes around a year later, we've got this whole nother plateau to the plateau. But the foundation is also the plateau and the foundation, so it's like this sustainable sort of infinitely expanding possibility. There's no like cutting down and rebuilding and then rebuilding and then rebuilding. It's like adding on, expansion. And to me, that's really what sustainability is really about, is sort of utilizing what's around us an abundant and efficient way. It's just amazing how easy it can be. So easy. One of my favorite stories about sustainability is like a basil plant. A basil plant, I buy like a little packet of seeds, 100 seeds, for $1. And so I could plant like 100 basil plants. Let's say half of them grow to be the plant of their own. So I've now got 50 basil plants. And they'll start producing to where I can utilize their leaves for my pleasure. From May all the way till October, sometimes into November. And so I'm harvesting this all year, and it just grows bigger, it grows bigger from that one little seed. All it requires is like some rain, maybe some aqueducted water, maybe rainwater harvested and stored, maybe a well. A little bit of, nutrients from time to time, but it's like the trees are producing all these leaves that are full of nutrients, and these animals are producing manure that is full of all these nutrients, and the grass is growing all this these leaves that are full of nutrients. So you can like sort of harvest all of this stuff that's already right here. You can feed those plants, and then at the end of that year, those plants put out 1,000 seeds, and so you have 50 plants that have been providing for you all year, and at the end of that year, then you now have 50 plants that are providing 1,000 seeds. I mean, the expansion of that is it's just going to go and go and go, and that doesn't mean it, has to go anywhere, it has to overtake anything, but that possibility is there if it's beneficial for the environment. Nature does that really naturally. It's sort of, fungus grows where fungus needs to grow. There's fungus that can, transform all sorts of poisonous environments into, very, neutral or beneficial environments. But for the spores or for the funguses, it's not poisonous for them. That's their environment. They're sort of transforming that. Nature has all sorts of things that it does like that. Rivers, are natural aqueducts. And so it's like, by really paying attention to those aspects of sustainability that are in play, that are just natural ways of being, and applying that to, a physical sort of human experience, a natureful, a natural, experience, an authentic, conscious, expansive, evolving experience.